Good morning. Hi,
Good
kids.
morning, everybody. Hey,
Woo! Well, I thought I was going to be late.
you're
Good
back.
Oh,
morning.
hi.
Oh, there's Lisa.
Hi, Linda.
I'm
Hi,
here.
Lisa. Glad you guys are here. Hi, kids. Glad to see you. Good
Good
morning.
morning, all y'all.
You know what? I think a lot of you still have your jammies on this morning. Oh, my goodness. I'm glad to
I
see
mean,
you.
why not?
I know, no kidding. I'm glad you're up. I'm glad you're going. Glad to see you. Okay, so before we forget, today is the day that we go to the church and we play I Spy together. So we are going to actually see each other today. It's going to be super exciting. And that is, what time is it? From
12 to 3.
12
Yeah.
to 3. So you'll get done, eat a little lunch, a little snack, come to the church, and then when you leave, you get a popsicle today. But aren't we so excited to see them? Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't wait to see you in
Can't
person.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Mm-mm.
So it's gonna be a fun game. Come bring the kids. Bring your friends. It's gonna be really fun. So that's what we're doing. Yesterday, I was just thinking about our story about Ruth. I love that story. Did you love that story?
Oh, I
And
really
today-
love that.
I do too. That's one of my favorites.
I love it. Ruth made new friends. She made a friend of Boaz. She and Naomi made a new friend on their journey. And we made new friends in Africa. We learned an African song. We played African dances. We met Linda's granddaughter, Jules. We made a lot of new friends yesterday. Have any of you ever met a friend on a trip and stayed friends with them?
Oh,
Karen.
I have. My best friend in the world, I met on a trip. We were on a bus together, and she became my best friend and still is to this day.
Wow.
It was so special.
I love that. And you met
Yeah.
on just like Ruth and Boaz. That's so
Yeah.
great. Linda, did you meet a friend on a trip?
I did. Many years ago, I met a girl when I traveled to Scotland, all the way over in the United Kingdom. And so, yes, we stayed friends for quite a long time, even though I came back, of course, to the United States. Yes, I have a friend in Scotland.
That's fun. I met a friend when I was in Italy who was from Lebanon, and we're still friends. And it's really fun. He got married, he had a baby, and I get to celebrate that baby's birthday. And I met him just having a gelate in Italy one time on a curb. It was really fun, and he's still my friend. He's my Facebook friend. Isn't it funny? You can go on a trip and then have a friend for the rest of your life.
It is amazing.
And friends are so important.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
That's why I'm glad that you guys are here, because you are friends and you are our friends and we are your friends, and we're going to see each other today at the church. So that is super exciting. And I don't know, I just feel so blessed we have friends, and I wish we could meet the other kids that were traveling with us. Like 300 congregations are traveling with us, and I wish that we could meet those kids. I hope someday we get to meet those kids, because wouldn't that be great?
Leanne, remind me again what time it is. We're supposed to be at church for I Spy.
Oh, 12 to 3, 12 to 3,
12 to
anytime. You just come, eat your lunch, and then come. Anytime between 12 and 3, come to the church.
Okay.
We'll be there the whole time to see you, okay?
All right.
Okay, I'd love to talk, but guess what? It is time for our journey. And I'm not going to say another word about it, or I'm going to ruin the surprise. Today is, oh gosh, I'm not going to say anything about it. Just, okay, we're going. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. See ya in a minute. Good morning. Gosh, I'm glad to see you this morning. My name is Leanne. I live here in Kentucky. Welcome to my home. And you are in your homes. I wonder where you live. California? Yes. Ohio? Yeah, really? Indiana? Alaska? Pennsylvania? Texas? We have children from all over the country gathered together for an exciting journey. I am so glad you're here. Let's start by singing a song together. Ready? Let's go.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Christ United Methodist Church, Farmers Branch, Texas. My name is Amy Rupersberg, and I'm the Children's Director here at our church. And I'm so excited to have you here with us today and worship with our Christ Alive VBS band.
Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Every step I take in you. You are my way, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Every move I make, I'm making you. You make me move, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Every step I take in you. You are my way, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Waves of mercy, waves of grace. Everywhere I look, I see your face. Your love has captured me. Oh my God, this love, how can it be? Every move I make, I'm making you. You make me move, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Every step I take in you. You are my way, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. And waves of mercy, waves of grace. Everywhere I look, I see your face. Your love has captured me. Oh my God, this love, how can it be? Na 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 na.
We are going to spend a lot of days together traveling, and we have a scripture verse that we're going to take with us on our travels. This verse comes from the book of Isaiah. It's Isaiah 43:19. Are you ready? Okay, here's how it goes. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Can you see it? Okay, do it with me. Ready? Here we go. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Can you see it? That's our verse for the whole week. We'll be saying it together, and by the end of the week, I hope that you've memorized it. It's exciting. God is doing a new thing. Can you see it?
Have you ever seen the wonder in the glimmer of first sight? As the eyes begin to open and the blindness meets the light. If you have so seen, I see the world in light. I see the world in wonder. I see the world in light, bursting in living color. I see the world your way, and I'm walking in the light. Have you ever seen the wonder in the air of second life? Having come out of the waters with the old one left behind. If you have souls sing, I see the world in light. I see the world in wonder. I see the world in light, bursting in living color. I see the world your way, and I'm walking in the light. I see the world in grace. I see the world in gospel. I see the world your way, and I'm walking in the light. I'm walking in the wonder. You're the wonder in the wild, turning wilderness to wonder. And you have so saved. I see the world in love. I see
wonder, where in the world is God? What is God doing? Where is God? And you know what? We don't have to stay in our living rooms. We can go together and travel the world. We are going to go around the world and we're going to ask ourselves, where is God? Where is this new thing that God is doing? Do you want to go with me? Do you want to leave your living room and travel with me? Okay, let's go. First, we have to board the airplane. If you have a ticket, I want you to hold it up. Yes, let me see. You've got your tickets? Okay. And if you don't have a ticket, guess what? I've got plenty for everybody. Let's go.
Welcome, kids. Are you ready to go? This is our last day together. We have flown all over the U.S. and around Earth. We have seen so many great places and experienced God together. Are you ready to go on our last adventure? Did you bring your tickets? Oh, wait, these look different. These are not airline tickets. These are spaceship tickets. Well, it's a good thing I know how to fly a spaceship. Now, where did I put that helmet? Let's go.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it.
Well, hey, y'all. What an amazing adventure we are on today. I have a question for you. I wonder what is the biggest, most amazing gift you have ever received? You thinking of it? Was it this big? Bigger? Bigger? Was it as big as the great state of Texas? My name is Reverend Caroline Knoll, and I grew up right here in Garland, Texas. And y'all, Texans are pretty proud of their big state and their big food and their big fun. But there are some gifts even bigger than that. There are some gifts that are so big that they're hard to see. There are some gifts so huge that people don't even notice them. In fact, the only way to really notice them is to go back to the beginning, or maybe a little bit before the beginning. And in our Bible, in Genesis, in the first chapter, it says that in the beginning there was, well, in the beginning, there wasn't very much. In fact, there was nothing. Nothing. Except maybe a giant smile. But there wasn't even anyone there to see it. And then, on the very first day, God gave us the gift of light. So now there wasn't just darkness, but there was dark and light. Now, I don't mean just the light coming out of the light bulbs. I don't mean just the light coming out from your screens. I don't even mean just this light or that light, but all the light that is light. God gave us the gift of light that all light comes from. And when God saw the light, God said, "It is good." And that was the end of the first day. Then on the second day, God gave us the gift of water. Now, I don't mean just the water in your hydro flask. I don't mean just the water in your shower or your bathtub or your pool. I don't mean even all the water in the creeks and the Gulf of Mexico and all the oceans. I mean all the water that is water. God gave us the gift of water. This is the firmament. It separates the waters above from the water beneath. And when God saw the water, God said, "It is good." And that was the end of the second day. On the third day, God separated the water from the dry land and filled the dry land with green and growing things. And when God saw the dry land and the green and growing things, God said, "It is good." And that was the end of the third day. On the fourth day, God gave us the gift of day and night, a way to count our days. Here is the sun that rules the day, and the moon and the stars that rule the night. And when God saw the day and the night, our way to keep time, God said, "It is good." And that was the end of the fourth day. On the fifth day, God gave us the gift of things that fly. Not just birds, but all the creatures that fly. And God gave us the gift of creatures that swim. All of them. And when God saw the creatures that fly and the creatures that swim, God said, "It is good." And that was the end of the fifth day. On the sixth day, God gave us the gift of creatures that move over the dry land, creatures that walk on many legs, and creatures that move on 2 legs, like you and like me. This is also the day when God put God's own image into us. And when God looked at the creatures that move across the earth on 2 legs and on many legs, and when God looked at all of creation of all the other days, God said, "It is very good." And that was the end of the 6th day. On the 7th day, God rested. And God gave us the gift of a day to rest and to give thanks for the good gifts of all the other days. There's nothing on this day because I don't know where it is that you go to give thanks for the good gifts of creation. You might go to a tree in your backyard. You might be in your home with your family. You might imagine your church, or a mountain, or a river, or a lake. There are so many places that we know that we can give God thanks for the good gifts of all the other days and rest. Only you know where you go. What I do know is that this day is so special that the Jewish people mark it with 2 candles. And the Christian people mark it with a cross. Friends, I wonder which of these days is your favorite. And I wonder where in the world and out of this world you will see the good gifts of creation today. You are a good gift of creation. You are a blessing. Happy trails!
Whoa! Look what God has created. Oh, hi! Welcome to Outer Space. My name is Noelle, and this is my crew. We're here to guide you through some fun games here in outer space. All right. Did you bring your imagination with you today? I don't know if they did. Let's grab some space dust and give them some imagination. Okay, that should do the trick. Don't forget, use your imagination because you are in outer space now. Okay, so if you're an astronaut, you need to go through some astronaut training. So would you be our leader? We're going to play a fun game of follow the leader for astronaut training. Maybe you can do some spacewalk and show us how to be here in outer space. Can we follow you? All right, let's go. Great job. Now you can do as many follow the leaders as you want, and you can pick different leaders and finish your training up. But I think we have a good training for us. So we're gonna play another game. What you're gonna need is you're gonna need some things from around the house. You're gonna need a target, which could be a trash can or some pots and pans, or if you have a piece of chalk and you're outside, you can draw a circle and that can be your target. And then we're gonna need some asteroids. So what we're gonna use is we have some scrap paper that we've been using for homeschool, and we're gonna wad it up into balls, and you can also use tin foil. So you're probably gonna want a good amount for each player to have. So why don't you pause us, go get your target for each player and several asteroids. See you in a minute. All right, did you get all of your things? Did you get a target and the asteroids? Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're going to block your asteroid. And now an asteroid is like a rock, kind of rocks in outer space. And so we're going to be dodging them, trying to block our targets so asteroids can't get into your bucket. But once one is in, you can't take it out. So you're gonna be throwing them. But if they fall on the ground, you can pick up more and throw them into your opponent's bucket. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, are you ready? On your mark, get set. Wow, that looked like a lot of fun. Did you guys have fun at home? I hope so. Remember, no matter how far away you are, as far as outer space, God is always with you. God is in your heart, all over the entire universe, or wherever your travels take you. Have a fun day. Bye.
Bye.
Hi friends, my name is Brittany and I'm coming to you today from the moon. See? Okay, so we're not really on the moon, but today we're going to pretend that we are because I love all things space. And I have so many different activities I want to share with you today. And while I'm not on the moon, I am located in Texas. I'm in Fort Worth, Texas. And what's special about the state of Texas is it's where Mission Control for NASA is located. It's down in Houston, but it is in the same state. And I love Johnson Space Center, and that's where Mission Control is located. I have been there at least 10 times, if not more, and it's one of my favorite places to be. So for our mission today, I wanted to go over a couple of different things with you. The first thing is my spacesuit. Every astronaut who goes on a mission has a spacesuit, and they're all a little bit different and special to that astronaut. So this one is special to me. The first thing it has is our mission patch. Every spacesuit has its own mission patch. So today it's the space shuttle mission because we're flying all over the place in space. The other thing it has is it has the flag on where you are from, and so we have the US flag here. So I don't have a helmet on because we're actually in Texas, so there's oxygen to breathe, but many times you'll also have a helmet that goes along with it. When you are out of the space shuttle, when you're on the space shuttle, there's oxygen in there. So I'm going to go over a couple of things. First, we're going to study making our very own moon craters. So
So what's super cool is in 1969, Neil Armstrong was the first man who walked on the moon. And do you know that his footprints are still on the moon? Because there's no atmosphere. And so anytime anyone has visited the moon and they put their feet down, their footprints are still there. So it's super cool. So today, all you need at home is some sort of big pan, and you need flour, and you pour lots of flour in your pan. And then I like to put a little bit of cocoa powder on top because it just makes it look more moon-like. And so then you just kind of shake it over the top like this. Awesome. And then it works really well if you have it on the ground, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you on the table. And you just get all kinds of rocks, okay? And so all you have to do, and it makes a little bit of a mess, so I have a tablecloth down, and you just drop it, and you'll see, look at that. That's super cool, that crater going into the moon's surface. Let's do one more. Ready? Can you count with me? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Let's do a little one, and you do rocks of all sizes. So this is a smaller one. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then if you look closely, some of them actually hide the rocks, and so they look like actual craters. And what's super cool is this simulates asteroids or meteorites hitting the moon, which happens, and they leave those craters. So when you look up at night, you can see the craters. The other experiment I want to share with you today is super easy, and it's stuff you have at home too. On the moon, there's not near as much gravity as there is on Earth. So this particular experiment shows us an example of the lack of gravity that's on the moon. It's not microgravity, which is zero gravity. It does have some, but it doesn't have very much. So the first thing I have is a cup with salt that I've stirred together, and you take an egg and you put this one in that. Then I'm going to take another cup and fill it with water and put this egg in. And what you're going to see is in this one that has the salt, my egg is going to float, so it stimulates not having any gravity. Whereas this one didn't float, so that's gravity. Does that make sense? So that's just another activity you can do at home. Now, I want you to think, well, where is God here? And what I like to think of when I think of space is that God is everywhere. God is always with us, and God is so beautiful. I believe beauty comes from space, and it's so beautiful. And so I want you to remember that you are all children of God, and you are loved. So every time you look up at that moon, I want you to think, I am truly loved by God. Awesome. Thank you for joining me for our science lesson today, and hopefully I'll see you on the moon sometime.
We've been on quite a journey together, and one of the things that I like to do after I go on a trip or try something new is to pause and look back at all the things that I've done and the places that I've been. And God does that too in the story of when God created the world. God pauses and looks back at everything that God had made. So I'd like us to take out our tickets and we'll read our scriptures together one time. Will you read it with me? And God saw all that God had made, and it was very good. Genesis 1:31a. When we read God's word, we can all learn something new or see something different each time. So we're going to read our scripture one more time, and this time I invite you to get a pencil or a marker or a pen and to draw an arrow to the word that describes you best on your ticket. So let's read it together one more time and then draw our arrows. And God saw all that God had made, and it was very good. Genesis 1:31a. Now I'd like to invite you all to take a couple minutes and reflect back with me. And we're going to take some time to think with our heads and with our hearts. So I wonder, where in the world is God in today's Bible story? Let's ponder. I wonder, where do you see yourself and connections from your life in today's Bible story? Will you pray with me? Creator God, thank you for the words of Scripture that remind us that you are good all the time. All the time, you are good. Amen.
Welcome home, kids. Did you experience God today? Where in the world was God? I hope you had a great time today.
Hi, this is Pastor Angela Williams. I am coming to you live from DeSoto, Texas on a beautiful sunny day. From what I hear, you have been working on God's creation. And it's a beautiful day that God created. Remember, God did create the days, but I'm sitting right here under one of my favorite things that God has created. This beautiful oak tree right here is one of my favorite trees in the whole world because what it does, God has been so creative that God allows this tree to change colors. It's a beautiful green leaf right now, but it turns to red in the fall, and I just love it. When God created everything, He said that it was good. But you know what? Not everybody understands what that means and what it means for us as God's children. So I want you guys to come with me, and we're going to go on a brief mission because there's some work that we have to do in order to keep God's creation good. Can you come with me? Come on. So I am at a construction site over in my neighborhood, and for some reason I just feel like maybe not everybody is understanding how good God's creation is. There are pieces of paper that are around here, and so our mission is to make sure that God's creation stays clean. So if you have a handy little tool like this that helps to pick up different things, use this. But if you don't, make sure that you have some plastic gloves on, and that if you are a young person, a child, make sure that you have an adult that's with you to make sure that you are staying safe. But it is our responsibility to make sure that God's creation stays clean. And so this is what I want you to do. When you see pieces of trash on God's ground, I want you to pick it up, put it in a bag, and say, God's earth is good. Here's another piece of trash over here. God's earth is good. And we're going to keep God's earth good, okay? By picking up all of these pieces of paper that for some kind of reason people just forgot that God's earth is good. So when we clear up all this field or wherever you are, remember that God said it's all good. It's all good, meaning God's creation, God's earth, everything that God created is all good. Everybody, be blessed.
Wow, you went on quite an adventure today. Let's pray. I'll say the prayer once, and then I want you to say it with me. I'll demonstrate our prayer first. God's love is bigger than you can imagine. God's love stretches all across the world. God's love is right here. Now you say it with me. God's love is bigger than you can imagine. God's love stretches across the world. God's love is right here.
Wow, we had a great day, didn't we? Do you remember our scripture from this morning? See, I am about to do a new thing. It springs up. Can you see it? Did you see God? Did you discover where in the world God was today? I hope so. And if you did, why don't you draw a picture or write a story about it and send it to your pastor? We would love to know what you saw today as you experienced God. Now, before you leave, I have one last thing that we need to do. I want you to scoot super close to your screens. Get as close as you can and give me your forehead or your hand, because I want to give you a blessing. I don't want you to leave today without remembering that you are a blessing. So get really close to the screen. I can bless your forehead or I can bless your hand. Are you ready? Let's go. Get close. You are a blessing. Thank you for being with us today. Oh, I love that you've been on this journey with us. Thank you. Bye.
As we approach the end of our time together today, let us sing Jesus Loves Me. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong, they are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. The Bible tells me so.
Was I kidding? That was fun.
No kidding.
Wow.
We
Really?
went all the way to outer space. I cannot believe it.
You know, he really does have the whole world in his hands.
It's true.
Oh,
It's
he
true.
does, Lisa. You're right. Yes. Yes.
And the
That's
whole
just amazing.
universe.
The whole universe, absolutely. Like, we traveled, let's think, we went to so many states. We went to Alaska, Arkansas, Colorado, Kentucky, Texas, Florida. Then we went to Florida. Then we went to Africa, and then we went to outer space. And all the time, God was like all those places. We traveled all over the universe, and it's crazy.
There is nowhere you can go that God is not.
No.
And the best thing is, one of the coolest things I found out is that in all the world, and we're wondering where in the world is God. He's everywhere, but he's also always in our hearts.
That's right.
Always.
Right.
All of us, each of us.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
God is so close to us, and God is everywhere. That blows my mind. I love that. God is amazing. Oh my gosh, I have had such an amazing adventure with you.
What
all.
a week. What a week.
So fun.
Fabulous traveling.
Hey, guess what I can't wait for?
What?
I cannot wait for 12 o'clock.
Me either.
Well, what happens at 12?
We get to go to church and play I Spy. And there just might be something cold and delightful. I don't know.
It's going to be delicious. Yeah, we cannot wait to see you. So we have to go because we have to get over to the church and get all set up. And then you all need to eat us something before you come. And then we will see you at the church. What time, kids?
12 o'clock.
12 to 3. 12 to 3.
12 to 3.
12, come at 1. Anytime between 12 and 3. But, oh, please come. We miss you and we want to see you so badly, right?
Yeah.
All right, kids, we're going to say bye to you. We're going to see you at the church in a little bit, and we love you, love you, love you. Thank you for going on this journey with us, and thank you for discovering that God is here and everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh, my gosh. All right, see you guys. Bye.
See you later, alligator.
Bye.
Yeah.
I'll see you all later. Bye.
Bye.